Yes. Thank you, Radi, for starting the recording. The session is for sustainability and financial advisors registered on the Stage platform. But if you are an advisor that hasn't registered yet, of course, or you're representing a company, you are also very much welcome to participate. And now, without further ado, I will briefly share with you the agenda for today's event. First, we will provide a brief overview of the Stage program with all its tools and the main benefits for advisors. Then we will make a dedicated presentation of our grant program. On this topic, we have some news regarding our next open call for funding, but you will know everything about that in a minute. Next, we will give a practical demonstration on how to use the platform as a sustainability advisor and benefit from all the services. So this will be the practical demonstration for you. And finally, we will have a questions and answer session. Please save your questions for this final part or send them in the chat during the presentations. We have already received some questions in advance and they are already pasted in the chat with the respective answers. So you could look them up at any time you would like to. And now I will go to the overview of the Stage platform. I will share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Thanks a lot. I hope also the audio is fine. You hear me well? Okay, it's great to hear that. Okay, so just a few words about Stage. Of course, most of you are familiar with the program as you're already members, but there are others who just joined to find out about it. The sustainable transition to the agile and green enterprise Stage is a support ecosystem that focuses on innovation and sustainability and helps companies transform into next industrial green leaders of Europe. How are we going to do this? How do we help companies? Well, we provide innovation and sustainability assessments to thousands of enterprises. We provide tailor-made advisory support from hundreds of advisors. These are actually you, so you're a core part of our ecosystem. We develop roadmaps and transition plans for companies, provide industrial trainings both for advisors and enterprises. We have our grant program for funding of the green transition of companies and additional advisory support tools that aim to facilitate private investment to the most promising companies. Now, as I said, sustainability and financial advisors play a crucial role in our system by providing their guidance to companies. What do we mean by sustainability advisors? Any expert, coach, or advisor with competence in the areas of either sustainability or finance, and I would like to stress this because a large number of the products that we provide is actually focused on the financial part of green transition. So both sustainability in terms of its technical aspects and finance, if experts are operating in one of these domains, are eligible to become a part of the Stage ecosystem and support companies in their green transition. So here you could see just some of the domains within sustainability and finance, which are of course very much needed for the Stage ecosystem. So, but what's in it for you? What do you get out of this program? Well, by joining Stage, you become a part of a Europe-wide sustainability transition ecosystem and gain access to our financial and sustainability assessment tools. You also participate in innovation and sustainability training, of course, if you're willing to do so, and receive certification for that. You're also directly involved in the Stage financial grant program, and you are actually a direct beneficiary of the program. And you have the opportunity to meet new clients and partners across Europe. So to summarize, we provide to advisors knowledge and tools opportunities for partnerships and networking, and financial support. I'll just briefly go through the tools that we have. We have multiple assessment tools, an initial and a more in-depth sustainability assessment tool. These are for companies, a carbon footprint assessment tool, and we'll soon have a EU taxonomy assessment tool. They're focused on various aspects, ESG, industry 4.0, social innovation, etc. We also have our training program with training modules in 4 thematic pillars. And we also have a program for online and on-site training workshops, which are hosted by stage partners. Otherwise, our academy is completely online and decentralized. You could go through as many courses as you wish at any time you wish. These are available both for companies and advisors. And here you could see the long list of training modules that we have. Of course, this is more or less just an overview, but you could check them in the academy in our platform at any time you want. Later, we'll show you how to use the platform exactly. Of course, we have our grant funding program. You'll find out more about this in the next presentation. And probably the most important for us, our motto, bring a partner. We are saying this to encourage you to bring the clients you're already working with if you think they could benefit from the program, and ask the companies you work with to register, and actually both of you could benefit from this system. Of course, you could also find new clients and partners on the program. I'm saying this to rather give you the explanation that we do not want to put any restriction on your interactions with the partners and clients on the platform. So you could do anything you want and connect with as many companies or partners as you wish. And just a few words about us, the consortium that is behind Stage. We are a rather large network across Europe. We have business support organizations, research institutes, universities. Our network is represented physically in Lithuania, Germany, Norway, Spain, the United Kingdom, Slovenia, Ireland, Bulgaria and Romania, Poland, Slovakia, Italy and Greece. So if you would like to work with a Stage expert to help you with the program and everything else on a local level, just contact us on our official email. We'll share again our contact details, and we'll redirect you to a local expert if this is, of course, your preference and if this is possible. So thanks a lot for your attention. This was just to warm up and give you the general information. I will now give the word for our next presentation to Vilma Vilutite, a project manager in the Lithuanian Innovation Center, who is also an implementing partner of the STAGE program and will present the STAGE grant program. Vilma, please, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you for introduction. I will try to share my presentation. I hope that you can see it.
Yes, we see it.
Perfect. So I will present the financial. Sorry?
It's fine, it's fine. It was your presentation mode.
Yeah. So I will present the financial grant program, which is a cascade funding program in our state project. And there are a lot of questions, what it is, how it is, and therefore I will go into it deeper. So financial support is provided to companies for implementation of sustainability transition plans. And during this process, we will provide up to 50,000 euro of funding to companies. Of course, there are some conditions. Not every company will receive 50,000 euro, but this is the maximum what a company can receive. And financial support is granted for the preparation of an investment project plan. which will help company to transition to sustainable production, operation, and things like that. Also, additional services can be financed, additional services if they are needed for the investment plan preparation. So here we want to be very clear, we don't finance the investment itself, we finance only the preparation for the investment. So in this program, we have 5 calls. 2 calls are already happened, and we will have 3 more calls in this program. So who can apply? Only SMEs can apply from EU member states or Horizon Europe associated countries, and provided that they are eligible. I will tell about eligibility requirements a little bit later. So, and the list of countries, of course, you can find in the link which is in the guideline, if you want to check if the country is eligible or not. So, what are the call dates? Now we will have the 3rd call soon open. The plan is to open it on the 18th of March, and I believe this is exactly how it will happen. And we will be closing it on the 31st of May. So more or less 2.5 months for the applications to submit the application. So what it is the stage grant program in essence? So in the whole program, we will be selecting 20 SMEs in each call, and it will be around 100 SMEs which will receive funding. Of course, if there will be more funds, then maybe we will have more companies, or we will see how the competition happens. So there are eligibility criteria, there are also evaluation criteria, but the most maybe interesting part is that we have it in 2 stages. We want companies to come to us who are ready to implement, who are ready to invest already, and to implement the plans that they prepare. So in the first stage, we give not a lot of money, just a little, 5,000 euro, to develop an investment plan, which we believe is not enough to prepare a really good investment plan. This amount is not enough. But we are encouraging companies to come already, that they come with the investment. Therefore, in the second stage, the companies will receive 0.4% of the investment received from the private investors. And the amount will be provided only if the contract with the investor is signed and within the period of 6 months. There is also exception. It can also happen later than 6 months, but then we do not guarantee the money, because then it will be only if any funds left. So just to give the example, let's say if the investment is of 5 million euro private investment into the, let's say, sustainable production, then the second stage grant will be 20,000 euro, and the total grant will be 25,000 euro, adding the first stage and the second stage grant. So this is why this is done in 2 stages. We want to encourage companies not just to write the investment plan and keep it somewhere, but to really implement it and move to the sustainable transition faster. So what is the process to apply? The process is for SME, but because SMEs often have no time and they have the lack of knowledge sometimes, or resources, of course, sustainability advisors often help them. Therefore, here is the full process. SME has to register. Then they do the initial assessment. Then SME prepares the sustainability transition plan. And here, often SMEs really have problems to complete it. And if there is someone who can help them, like sustainability advisor, this is really very important. So then in the next step, they are supposed to engage the sustainability advisor, and at the last stage, submit the stage financial grant program. Of course, the company can SME can engage with sustainability advisor in any step. Now, why it is why it is interesting for the sustainability advisors, but financial grant can be spent only for the services of sustainability advisors. It cannot be spent anywhere else. So it is very, how to say, the company receives the funds, but the end recipient of the funds is the sustainability advisors. Therefore, we encourage sustainability advisors to sometimes bring SMEs to our program, but often also SMEs who want to apply bring sustainability advisors also to our program, and this is good for everyone, I think. So this is the process, how it happens after we receive the application. So we receive the application, then we do the eligibility check and the evaluation of the application according to the evaluation criteria. Then we are signing the contract. The contract we are signing for both stages, one contract. And then the first stage lump sum is paid when the company brings the investment plan, that it is done. The investment plan has to meet the minimum requirements. And the second stage lump sum is received when the private investment contract is signed, and the company can show this document to us. So the third call will start on 18th of March. And the whole this implementation till the second stage lump sum payment is more or less planned 9 months. First 3 months for the first stage lump sum, and the next 6 months is for the receiving the investment. So total 9 months is quite a lot of time to make the investment deal for the company if the company is ready for that. Now, what the finance activities are in this call. The most important activity, which is finance, is preparation of an investment plan. This is obligatory. And then it can be finance also additional services if they are needed for the investment plan preparation. Let's say there is some technical feasibility study or anything like it, technology audit, due diligence analysis, data collection, prototyping, pilot demonstrating, or procurement of some other services, consultancy or coaching services, which are needed. So these are the activities which can be financed by this grant, because okay, I will say it later about the cost. Here it is. So it is very important that the second stage lump sum, the private investment received, the company will be paid based on the expenses the company had, because the company must provide the contract with the private investment received for the evaluation within the 6th period, and the financial grant amount is based on actual expenses. So we understand that the cost for the preparation of the investment plan is much more than just 5,000 euro. So the second part of the grant is not like a prize, but it also has to be actual expenses which company had. And it has to be like those activities which I presented in the slide before. So basically, when writing application, the company should have in mind that they will have also the second stage payment, which will need to be covered in expenses, and all those expenses to put into the application form, so that the grant can be paid in full. I'm not sure if this is clear, because it's a little bit complicated thing, but then maybe if we have questions or something, maybe we can also clarify this part. So what are eligibility criteria for the beneficiaries? Very simple. first criteria is that the company has to be the SME. The only thing here is that we require that the minimum headcount in annual work unit is 5, not 0, which is normal criteria for the SME. So not totally small SMEs, but a little bit who have some operation and at least 5 people working. Then we have that we determined if it is an SME at the moment when the company is applying, so we will not be evaluating it later. Of course, then the SME has to be no convictions for fraudulent behavior and other irregularities, things like that, like liquidation and things like that. I don't want to read it everything because it's quite a standard thing in all the grants and programs. So let's see what are the eligibility criteria for the project. So the submitted investment plan idea has to aim for the investment of 5 million or more. So this is quite a big number, and we are looking for the larger project because the program is looking for the leaders in sustainable transition in Europe, and we encourage the bigger projects. This criteria might change in the future, but at the moment it is like this. And in the third call, it will be 5 million minimum project idea. So investment plan idea has foresees technological excellence related action. That means that we are looking for projects which are doing some technological excellence, not some well, everywhere we are looking for some progress. So in this project also. Then investment plan idea also foresees positive economic impact. In the guidelines, there are some examples what it can be. Also, we require SME to have a sustainability transition plan prepared, because in this plan we can see more or less if the company is moving to sustainability or the project doesn't give anything like it. And of course, the SME provides the letter of confirmation from the sustainability advisor that they are intending to provide these services, preparing investment plans. Any sustainability advisor meeting minimal criteria can register to the platform. So it's not like it's a closed pool and nobody can come. But of course, all of you know that because you registered to the platform, it's easy. So evaluation criteria. This is once the eligibility criteria is more or less yes or no. So if it's yes, then the application is eligible. All eligible applications go through the evaluation criteria. So private investment amount foreseen in the project idea of investment plan, the criteria weight is 40% of the total score. And then potential carbon reduction in tons criteria weight is 30% of total score, and headcount in annual work unit is the weight is 10%, and the company turnover is 10%, and the balance sheet is also 10%. As you see, we are looking for strong companies with big projects, and sometimes also the small companies can come if they plan a big investment and they want to have support to become really leaders in sustainable transition. So basically that's it. I did not want to go into the deeper details. Everyone can look into the guidelines. There's quite detailed, everything is written. More or less, I already covered eligibility criteria and evaluation criteria, and these are the most important points. I believe there can be some questions, and I see the chat is full, but I don't see what is in the chat. And I'm ready to answer if someone reads that, or do we answer the questions at the end? Vladimir, what do you think?
I was planning First, thanks a lot, Vilma, for this wonderful presentation. I was planning to answer in the chat, but I see that there's not a lot of visibility because they pile up and probably not everyone sees the answers, and some of the questions are repetitive. So I'll be copying these out and I will be asking them once again. I will read them out loud so we could make sure that everyone benefits from the answers. Thank you very much, Vilma. Next, we'll have the presentation of the platform, and for this, I give the word to Oshra Lingite, Senior IT Project Manager at Corner Case Technologies, also an implementing partner of the STAGE program. Oshra, the floor is yours.
Yes, hello, just a sec. Yep. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Yes, can you see my screen and the STAGE login page?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's really nice to see so many of you here. And I will try to guide you through our platform so to make your sustainability advisor's journey a bit easier. So the screen that you currently see is the login page. So this is the first meeting point of our platform. And for those who have not registered yet to the platform, you should create an account first. So you need to click on Create Enterprise Advisor Sign Up Form, select Sustainability Advisor here, and complete the following fields. So enter your name, surname, email address, phone number, country, company name, and agree to terms and conditions. And then you click on Sign Up. In order to find out if you enter the email address correctly, you will then immediately receive an email confirming that your sign-up form was sent to the admin for approval. We usually try to approve as many sign-up forms as possible and as quick as we can. Once it is approved, you receive another email where you are asked to set up a password. Once you do that, you log in on the platform, and then you see the advisor's expertise form, which looks as you can see on my screen. So here you just need to add your field of expertise and indicate your experience in years. We as well ask you to shortly describe the experience. So just outline here the main points that you are proud of. You should also upload the CV and other supporting documents, if any. Then you click submit, and then you are shown, first of all, to the companies, to the SMEs, so they can see you in the list of advisors. They can contact you, they can approach you, they can send you collaboration requests, and you can start working with them afterwards. If you don't complete it, so your profile does not appear in the list. So please note that this is an important part, just to be an active member of STAGE community. So once you log in, you can see a list of projects. The projects are the companies that are registered on the platform. Currently, we have 300 projects there, and you can see all the list here. Once you click on the company, you will see the logo if the company has uploaded, the title, country, and if the company is SME, and a short description. In order to connect with the company, you should select the one of interest. You can write a message here and you click connect. Once you do that, the company or the person who registered the company receives an email and the platform notification immediately, and they will be able to respond to your request. I also have to note that this works both ways. So you can send the request and you can receive the request as well. If you send the request to the company, your request, as you can see here, will be shown under the outgoing requests tab. The request that you are receiving, so here, for example, I have the request, then again, it's the same process. You see the main information about the project, you see the country, status, and the title of the company, and again, you can accept or decline the request based again on your needs and interest. If you decline the project, it will go under declined projects. Once you connect with the project, it goes under my projects, and then you can see way more information than I was showing before about the company. You can see the overview. You are able to see the metrics if any are added. You can see assessments if the company has completed, as well as documents and reports, etc. So this is basically the place where the matchmaking with the company happens. Every action is basically every action triggers the email notification, so the companies immediately get the email that something is happening and that they have received requests. Once you connect with the company, you can start chatting with them, and you can support them by through this chat, or you can switch, I don't know, to the email if more convenient. Then another thing that is also very important and that we are proud of is Academy in the platform. So you can see plenty of interesting models here. You can choose any model you like. You can see the description, skills, review summary. You can see the reviews, if any, and you can start a course where you will find some video materials, and at the end, you will find a quiz, and after completing the quiz, you need to answer at least 6 questions correctly. You will be able to get a certificate, which looks as follows. So this is a certificate of training. Here you will see the module, course description, and other relevant another thing, in order Okay, going back to Academy, also under the templates tab, you can see the carbon footprint assessment and other relevant templates. Also here, you can find the template for the financial plan, enterprise sustainability transition plan, and supporting document for the stage transition plan. So if needed, before the call is open, which will happen on the 18th of March, you can come here and see the main templates here. Once the call is open, you will be able then to see them here, and you will see the same information that Vilma was showing in the previous presentation. So yeah, I guess this is it. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thanks a lot, Oshra. And it was really, really interesting to see in practice how the platform works. Of course, if you have any questions regarding the platform or anything else, now we're getting to this part, to answering all your questions. Since we received some of the questions in advance, I'll just excuse me. I'll just read them so I make sure that you have got the answers. We received some questions as, our company is currently focused on the local market. Is this a limit to participate in the project? The answer is no, it is not any constraint. The scale of your activities and whether you operate abroad or not is not a factor. You could participate in the program anyway. Can sustainability advisors be a company or just individuals? There were multiple questions somehow related to this in the chat, so I guess this is very important to clarify. Sustainability advisors always register as individuals or as physical persons. They can represent a given company or not. This is optional and it's up to them. Whether advisors represent a company is mentioned in the profile you create for yourself. So when you create an expert profile for you as an advisor, you state whether you represent a company or not, and the companies you interact with will see this information. So it is up to you to include this or not. As I said, another question was, will there be a video of the webinar? Yes, we will share the recording via email. We'll post it on our website with everyone who participated or did not participate, but is a member of our platform. So you could review it at any time you want. We have a lot of other questions. So The next one is, what is the minimum and maximum import for sustainable projects to participate? What are eligible expenses? Can a company with 50 million euro turnover but only 100 employees participate? I think Vilma answered some of these questions in her participation in her presentation, but Vilma, maybe you would like to add something to this or clarify?
First of all, import, it makes no impact on participation in our program. We do not look into the import or export numbers. Important that the company meets the SME requirements. So in order to really evaluate if the company meets the SME requirements, there is self-assessment tool in EU. If you just Google and you find the self-assessment tool, and once you put all the criteria into this tool, you know very well if you are an SME or not. Because if the turnover is 50 million, then we need to look into the balance sheet and other numbers. There can be difference. Therefore, I cannot answer this question exactly because it's very personal. If you write me an email and write exactly what it is, the balance sheet and the turnover of the company and the 100 people working in the company, this is already clear. But the best way to evaluate if the company is SME or not is this self-assessment questionnaire, which is in European Commission portal. And was there any more something to this question? Because it was from 2 or 3 questions.
Yeah,
Vladimir.
it was about turnover and number of employees. Yeah. This was the end of the question.
Okay.
Thank you, Vilma. The next actually is again for you. What is the process to validate the advisory support with the applicants / contract / payment? So what is the process to validate all of these, I guess?
I'm not sure if I understand the question right. The process, I can say what is the process. I'm not sure if it's anything about the validation. The process is that company submits the application, they sign the grant agreement, and then they sign the contract with the sustainability. The company signs agreement with sustainability advisor. Then they prepare the investment plan. The sustainability advisor writes the invoice for this work, and the company, in the reporting of the grant, they provide this bill and also the investment plan, and we pay the money out for the first stage. For the second stage, there has to be the private investment received document. So it can be a contract with the investor, maybe not full contract because some parts might be very confidential, but that part where we can see how many private investments received so that we can pay the grant. Yeah.
Thank you, Vilma. The next question is how to connect with an SME on the platform. How does the work proceed after connection? Oshra's presentation was about this, but Oshra, maybe it would be useful to summarize once again how, with a few words, how the matching and the connection happens and the communication.
Yeah, so the connection is a two-way street. So you as a sustainability advisor can go to the projects, and under the tab All Projects, you will see all companies that are registered there on the platform. So feel free to look around, to click around, and once you find the companies that you are interested to work with, you can then send them a message, click connect, and as I was mentioning, they will immediately receive an email notification, and they will be able to approve your request, and then you can see more information about the company, and you will be able to start chatting with them directly. Also, you will get all the contact information once the request is approved. So please also check the incoming request tab, because the companies might be looking for the experts like you. And there you can find, again, all the information, and after the matching, you can start chatting. And again, you don't need to log into the platform to check if any requests are there. You will receive email notifications as well.
Thanks a lot, Oshra. Then we have a question about financing of carbon credits projects. If I'm reading this correctly, Vilma, could you comment on this perhaps, please?
Yeah, financing the investment plan preparation. So I don't think anything like carbon credits is not included in the finance activities.
Yes, okay, thank you. The next question is about our training platform. How does it work? It's a general question. Here with us today we have Mateusz Resman, who represents the University of Ljubljana and is the leading partner for the training academy. Mateusz, if you could please maybe provide just an overview of the academy and how does it work?
Okay. Hi from my side. About Academy, when someone registers on the Stage platform, they also have access to the training platform with training modules. There are currently more than 35 training modules available, and they are spread across 4 pillars. The content of all training modules is prepared in the form of recorded videos and additional material for self-learning. And the content of all training modules is focused on sustainability and covers topics from the areas of product development, sustainability enablers, production sustainability, and business strategy. All training modules have been created by experts from across Europe, and soon we will add new training modules, approximately 10 new training modules. One advantage of training platform is that anyone can choose any number of training modules, as the number is not limited. And of course, trainees can also go through the content anytime and anywhere. So the concept of the whole academy is designed in such a way that there is no restrictions. A huge advantage of trainings are also certificates, which are not mandatory. If someone wants to receive a certificate about successful completed training modules, it's necessary to take an exam at the end of each training module, as Oshra said. And the exam consists of 10 questions with 4 answers, A, B, C, D answers, and only one answer is correct. And the content of this question is related to prepared material and also to material for self-learning. And they have 5 attempts, so they can try 5 times. But we must know that these certificates are called VAT certificates. That this means that university authority will transfer this VAT certificate to their points, so to ECTS credits. And one ECTS credits is about 25 teaching hours, and each training modules on the Stage platform contains 10 teaching hours. So this means that for one ECTC credits, you must pass 3 training modules. So this is about online trainings, and in the future we will organize a couple of on-site trainings, webinars, workshops, and so on. So this is about training platform on the Stage platform.
Thanks a lot, Mateusz. So we have next several questions from Elsa. Some of them are related to when an advisor, at what time can advisor apply and how does this happen? just to summarize, of course, there were some answers in the chat room, but I will just repeat this. Advisors register as individuals. They could represent a company or not. Our registration recruitment call for advisors is constantly open. So advisors can register at any given time. It's not fixed to any deadlines, and it is not fixed to the timeline for the grant application. So it's constantly open. You can register at any time. There is no mandatory requirements, but you need to fill out an expert form where you will fill out your credentials, experience, and areas of operations, and only then you become visible for companies on the platform. I hope this answers your question. The next question is from Carla Santos. Can the sustainability plan include only measures for decarbonization or other measures as well, I guess? For this question, I would like to ask Donatas Ditkus, the CEO of G&D, which is another implementing partner of the STAGE project. Donatas, I don't know if you can hear me and if you're here with us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Hi, everyone. I just want to emphasize what for the sustainability transition plan, HSSMI, they're prepare the plan, so probably they know better all the details. But to my knowledge, not only decarbonization measures shall be included in the sustainable transition plan. Sustainable transition plan templates are on the platform, so everyone who registers can see downloaded. And we plan as well to do information session probably on sustainable transition plan, how to fill it, and so on. So but templates are there. So basically, it's an Excel sheet. What the questions, simple questions can be answered. If there are some questions, how to answer. So you are feel free to reach any of our STAGE partners or directly to the system to info@stagepartners.eu, and we'll come back to the answers. Thank you.
Yes, and just to add to what Donata said, so there is also a supporting document on how to complete the sustainability transition plan as well available on the platform. So you can look for the answers there. And as Donatas mentioned, if they are not there, you can feel free to contact any one of us and we will direct you to the responsible person.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks a lot, Donatas and Aushra. Thanks a lot for this. The next question we have is from Letitia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Could you provide, excuse me if I'm not, the question is, could you provide the exact process of the support regarding the sustainability advisor? So the exact process for the support advisors provide. And there are 3 steps. Support for free for the SME to build their plan, waiting for the grant if they get it. If yes, invoice from of the sustainability advisor support to SME. It is a multiple questions question. Vilma, I don't know, maybe I should read it again.
No, it's
we
okay.
could go one by one.
It's okay.
Okay.
Ideally, companies should make the application by themselves. But often it is a challenge for them. And if any sustainability advisor is willing to help them to come to the grant so that they receive the grant, because anyway, at the end, all the money has to be spent for the sustainability advisor. So we very welcome this process, but we are not funding this process. Therefore, we cannot ask sustainability advisors, just help companies to make the application. But I think it's very, very normal in the consulting market that consultants in this process really help companies. Also, the application is really very short and not complicated. So it's
Perché non hai spento la luce in camera tua?
Could you please, could everyone
Ogni
please mute
volta?
their mics when they're not speaking? Okay, I did this myself. Please,
So,
Vilmas.
yes, so at the end, yes, the company writes the invoice. If company receives the grant, then company makes the contract with sustainability advisor to prepare the investment plan. Then sustainability advisor helps them to develop this investment plan, because obviously together with the company, and this invoice is provided in the report, and we pay out the grant, and the grant goes to sustainability advisor. This is the process.
Thanks a lot, Vilma. The next question we have is from Carla Santos. Again, the private investment can be from the company itself or needs to be, for instance, from a bank or other investors. Well, actually, the idea is to facilitate external private investments and not internal capital investment of the company. But if Donatas Ditkus, who is our financial expert, can comment on this, or Vilma, please, yes, to
we
give
had
more
this
details.
discussion. Yes, we are very much looking for the external investment, but sometimes the shareholders decide to invest somehow, or they decide to dedicate a profit to some project. So if there is a document of the decision of the shareholders, then we accept this document also as a private investment from the internal fund.
Thank you, Vilma. The next question is from Alexander. What will be the deadline for the third call? Vilma, can we give some approximate maybe information?
Yeah, we don't have it yet confirmed from European Commission, but the plan is to have the deadline for the end of May, 31st of May.
Thank you, Vilma. The next question is from Letitia. As a sustainability advisor, do we need to help the company to write and register their application? Again, Vilma.
You don't need, but they would be happy, and it makes the application much more likely to win.
Yes, of course, it makes sense. The next question is, should the SME define the advisors in advance? Would they be able to change the advisor they work with?
Yes, they can change the advisor. I believe we do not have this actually to how to say outlined in our guidelines. But the requirement is that the advisor has to be from the platform. So in essence, yes, they can change the advisor. Because anything can happen. I mean, also the advisor may not be able to deliver the investment plan or anything. There can be various situations why this happens. We do not promote that, of course. We want that everything goes.
Thank you. The next question is, what happens if a sustainability advisor gets the first sum, but the company cannot complete the investment in the second phase?
Then they receive the first amount, and that's it. I mean, there is the finish of the grant. I mean, then we say that the contract is completed, and that's all.
Yes, thank you. The next question is from Maria Gonzalez. Can a sustainability advisor charge for developing the company's sustainability transition plan?
Yes, I believe he can, but this is totally between the company and sustainability advisor. How those two parts agree, this is total the private business. We do not regulate that.
Okay, thank you. The next question is investments which are partially funded by the EU Green Deal initiatives. In Italy, this is the PNRR or Repower EU. Are they eligible? I don't know who of the colleagues would be best fit to answer.
These are not private investments, so for the second stage, they are not eligible. It can be this. It can be the situation as a project size. For the project size, yes, it goes to the eligibility. I mean, let's say the project is 5 million and half is funded by some national funds. So basically, the project is still 5 million. But so it is eligible project. But if we are talking about the second stage payment, then it's not private investment and it will not be paid for that amount. It will be paid only for the private investment amount.
So I can add a bit. If there is a requirement on those funding schemes, like to be an example, 50-50 financed by private and by the subsidy, so we might, I assume, count and pay the grant amount, but only from the private investment part, not from the all.
Yes, exactly. So yes.
Thank you both for this answer. Is there any maximum sum we can charge as a sustainability advisor for the support?
No, not really. Market is the limit.
Okay, thank you. Then from Letitia, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. What will be the time of payment of the invoice?
For the invoice pays the company. So you have to agree between the company and the sustainability advisor when they pay for the services. We will pay as soon as it is reported. We check it, and within a few weeks period of time, we pay the money to the SME.
Okay, thank you. This is the last. This was the last question in the chat, and we are by the end of our event. But if you have any questions that remained unanswered for some reason, or you just didn't come up with them at the time, of course, feel free to reach us and ask them on our project email. I'm sorry, there's lots of noise in the background and I can't see where it's coming from. If you could please mute your mics. I will now share the page, which is with our contacts. Here, if you scan this now, you will visit the stage website, and of course, this is the email address that we have. So please feel free to ask any questions and ask for any support. We'll be there to help you. Thanks a lot for your presence today and for your active involvement. We had lots of questions, and this is really great. I really hope that the program and our initiative will be beneficial for as many advisors and companies in general, and it could be the starting point for lots of partnerships. Thanks a lot again. I hope to see you in our next events, and I hope to see lots of applications in our next grant call and lots of registration. I really hope we can help you as much as we can. Thanks a lot, everyone, and see you soon. Have a great Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.